Hi everyone, welcome to the Unit 4 overview video where we'll get a quick preview for chapters 10, 11, and 12. First, I just want to say congratulations. We are officially in the home stretch of the course. This is your last week with chapter readings, quizzes, and discussion posts. And here we'll really be starting to wrap up some of our course content before you complete those bigger assignments. So let's jump right into our engagement point opportunity for Unit 4. On D2L, there is a course check-in form posted underneath the engagement submodule in Unit 4. This should take you less than 5 minutes to complete. This is just for us to check in with each other to make sure that that you're doing well inside and outside of the course. And two, if you have any questions for me about upcoming assignments, this is a great opportunity for us for one, for you to ask it, or two, for us to hop on Zoom and chat through things quickly. So again, posted under the uniform module, just see the engagement tab. Here is our plan for this particular unit. I already discussed our engagement. As you can see, we have part 2. This is your final written code of ethics for the ethics statement assignment that's due on Friday. And then you are wrapping up the textbook readings for Unit 4 quizzes and discussion posts, and then the replies for the dates listed up here on the screen, and that spans chapters 10 through 12. Let's review Unit 4 briefly. So, Unit 4 discusses gender considerations in sport participation, ethical journalism, and then the business of NCAA college sport. As a disclaimer, some of these topics may or definitely will overlap with topics that you've already discussed in other courses, or about things that you've heard on the news, or things that you've personally experienced. So, Chapter 10 heavily covers Title IX and gender as well as sexual discrimination. Chapter 11 is all about sport journalism and sport media and athletic communications. And Chapter 12 is about this commercialization of college sport. Because this was published in 2020, all this information is not up to date, but you can see some of the more foundations for this discussion area. As a note, I just want to make sure that I'm pointing out that there is a discussion of abuse, both physical and sexual, within chapters 10 and 11 of the textbook. Please contact me if you have any concerns or if you'd like to discuss this further with me. Let's jump into our learning objectives. So, learning objectives 1 through 3 relate back to chapter 10, and that discusses the role of gender within sport. So this is a heavy discussion on Title IX and its resulting impact on participation rates, as well as different cases and ethical dilemmas that have taken place at a variety of competitive levels, and how distributive justice fits within this conversation of gender equity. Lastly, sexual harassment and the importance of sexual harassment policies will be discussed as an ethical consideration. Learning objectives 4 through 6 relate back to chapter 11, and that discusses what is ethical journalism? Like, where does honesty and truth as normative principles fit within sport reporting? And then how does social media, as well as artificial intelligence, especially generative AI, fit within sport reporting? This will be a really interesting topic area that I'm excited to read what you all think in the discussion post for chapter 11. As Sport Illustrated last year was found to use generative AI to write articles, but did not disclose that to readers. So, looking forward to hearing what you think in that discussion post. Our final 2 learning objectives, number 7 and 8, bolded here on the screen, relate back to chapter 12. And that's basically looking at the philosophical foundations for intercollegiate athletics, which is strongly grounded in amateurism. We know that this is being challenged at a variety of legal and in a variety of legal cases currently. So again, this information, while it's still relevant, might not be as timely as it was when this textbook was released last year, 2 years ago. And then our final learning objective will have us look at the NCAA to see how do they value justice and how do they view justice within their philosophical approach and their execution. As we close out this video, here are some things for us to consider. One, making sure that we are turning in part 2 of the ethics statement. This needs to be turned in on time so that you can set yourself up for part three. And that involves the mock interview question over Zoom when you and I will meet one-on-one. If you need a reminder for what time slot you signed up for the January 13th Zoom, be sure to check out D2L. And the last thing is sort of a 10-day or 11-day warning for you that our final deliverable for the class, the ethical dilemma analysis, is due on January 13th. So if you're watching this video on January 6th, this is our less than 2 week warning for you to make sure that you are progressing towards completing this assignment. Have a great week.